Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to the Brony Show, episode 625. I am your host here to bring you the Brony community for this week. I am, of course, Second Main, but I am not here by myself. No, we are joined by a wonderful group of panelists also here to bring you the Brony community for this week, or whatever shenanigans they can bring into that. We are, of course, joined by Deathlight Productions.
Hey.
And Textalion.
Hey.
Toakoi.
Beep boop.
And Suki of the Taco Sended.
I've got 5.
And
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Sorry, I was answering a quick question in the chat here, but yes, we're here to bring you the Brony community for this week. And this week, we're going to have a little bit of fun. It's been a while since we've had one of our little shenanigan-y games, so I figured it's time to go ahead and do the shenanigan-y game once again. In this case, I think it's time to bring back an old, fun, classic favorite. And what better way than with Caption This? The one where we take random snippets of an episode of My Little Pony, and we come up with random memes or stupid comments and things like that. Just have fun with it, vote on them, and then that will become the official. We hope somebody actually posts this somewhere for other people to enjoy. And we do it a few times because it's always so much fun. But of course, before we do all of that, it's time to warm up our vocal cords, get a little bit about ourselves and our daily lives and what has been going on with us. And of course, we do that with a big old heaping helping of wub. So I'd like to ask all of you once again, as we ask every week as we warm up and start. What's up, bronies?
Life's been kind of good to me. I've had a lack of motivation on stuff, but hey, I'm still functioning, so that's still good. Otherwise, just had a few days off from work, and I enjoyed the sleep.
I was like a good sleep. Yeah.
Because sometimes, even in our regimented lives, we sometimes don't get enough sleep.
We definitely did need to. I'm not gonna lie, I did not sleep as well as I should last night myself. So I'm feeling good. I'm starting to feel a little bit of it, but I should be okay for the rest of the evening. But yeah, I'm gonna crash right after the after party. I'll tell you that much.
You love it when you go to sleep and then wake up and you don't know what year it is.
Oh god, yeah. Have you slept so hard that you forgot what year it was? Sometimes I kind of want to, but that's another case.
That's times that I go to sleep and it's like, oh, I've been asleep for an hour. Why is it 7 o'clock? I went back to bed at 6. Why is it only 7?
Nah, my sleeps are more like the weird ones at times, where it's like, just like this whole movie plays out in my head, like all of an entire day's worth of crazy activities, and then I'm just suddenly wake up and it's like, what time is it? Why is it 3 in the morning? It's just sort of,
who's the president? Are we sane?
Where's the bomb? Where's the bomb, Gilbane? It's crazy stuff here. Let's see. Oh boy, it looks like Sonic is going to be going to Motor City Comic Con. That looks like good fun times. My con schedule just went completely out the window. Oh no.
What happened?
Okay, well there is one con I'm going to be attending virtually in a month. That's not a big deal, though I'm going to try to do a little bit of studying up on that and getting ready for it in my own way. But August, I have 3 conventions almost back to back. That is such suckage. The first of the month I have a furry convention that I'm going to be checking out. That is literally at the start of August. Then I believe it's the week after that, there is an anime convention that I'm checking out that I'm hoping to replace the anime convention that went defunct back in October. Then a couple of weeks after that, Everfree Northwest. It is basically almost back-to-back-to-back conventions. It is such a minefield. Oh man. And two of them I've already pre-registered for. One I haven't yet, and one of them I still need to get plane tickets for. Guess which one?
The one not within your state.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that would be it.
No, it's the one where it's actually really close to him, is to throw you off.
Yeah, no, I'm getting plane tickets for the one that is literally a 5-minute drive from me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to it. I'm gonna go to an airport that's like in another county. I'm gonna take a private plane there to go to the airport that's actually in my current county, and then I'm gonna get an Uber just to drive down there. It'll be amazing. It'll be wonderful. Okay.
It's gonna be the best ride ever.
Yeah, it'll be so amazing. I'm gonna have champagne and caviar and $5 footlongs. Can't even get those anymore.
No, not even close.
Not even.
It's more like $10 footlongs these days.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of stuff is happening here in a few months. So I already got to start pinching the pennies and seeing what I could do to make sure I have money saved up for shenaniganry all around, and maybe just to pick up a few fun things. I am definitely going to have to make sure I don't go overboard on any of my budgets, though. That really sucks. Especially for Everfree, I'm really excited for it. They already announced that Twilight's Book Nook is going to be there, so that means more books to buy.
Time to spend $1,000 on books.
Books!
Oh, the books!
Yeah, it's going to be $1,000 now. It's going to be $1,000 now. Because, used to be just a few hundred, but no, we can't have nice things, can we?
Well, if you want to buy like the whole like Fallout like Project Horizons books, there's like 4 books for it. It's like, cool, that's like $400 right there.
4 books? I got 11 books for Horizons.
Oh, maybe it was 11. Okay, I just remember it was a lot of books.
Oh no, it takes up an entire shelf of my bookshelf by itself.
Yeah, it doesn't really surprise me considering like each chapter is like 2 to 3 hours long.
Yeah.
When you break it into audio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, getting back on track here. Really not a whole lot more going on. There is some exciting things happening here in the Casa de Brony show homestead. However, it's more like things are in traction, but hasn't fully happened yet. So it's not like I don't want to talk about it. It's just that there's not much to talk about yet. But they're unfolding, so things are happening. They just haven't happened yet. You know how that goes.
Yep.
Yeah, in the process of dealing with something, but that something has not concluded, so you are in the weird, well, what's going on here?
Yeah. I'm in the twilight. Somebody just clicked on the light, and I'm just trying to wake up. And it's like, what year is it? What year is it? Okay. Anyway.
I don't know.
All right. Anybody else have any other quick what's up, Brony, they want to throw out there before we go ahead and move on to what we do have for news and everything?
My poor little red car blew a head gasket, so I've been in the process of fixing that.
Oh boy. Well, looks like it's in the best
I
hands
was
for
here
that.
Monday.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, one hand has a healing blood blister, and the other one has a deep gash in it. I'm doing great.
I'm not gonna lie, that's not kind of where I expected that to go.
Yeah.
That does suck, though. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. And then, of course, my friends gave me the horrible idea of, like, how come there's no hybrid pickups around? You're right, there isn't any. Well, how hard would it be to make one? Well, it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, we already saw the battle plans, as it were, for that.
Well, I don't think about it. This is me not thinking about it. Or going like, oh, hey, I live in a rural area that has a tons of old industry around. They got tons of old generators that will work for that. And quick quick check on marketplaces. Yep, you can find hundreds of them, and a lot of them are for like less than $1,000. So I'm like, I bet you if you can easily find one of those generators that will work for this.
You know, if I ever see you at Everfree Northwest and I have enough time, I really think we need to get you some sort of red green red green plaid coat, just like just like a I don't know. You feel like our handyman, our guy with the handyman cigarette weapon thing going on with him. You can make a car, you can make a truck into a hybrid. Just gotta get a few batteries and then connect them over to the diesel. Just switch it over there. Don't forget to use handyman cigarette weapon. Duct tape. I just see you being such a fiend about that.
People were like, "Why would you ever do that? Electric engines suck." I'm like, no, actually, electric engines are the best.
They've gotten a lot better. Yeah, they may have sucked at the beginning, but now they're really, really good.
Yeah, they sucked like 100 years ago because the first electric vehicle made was in 1890.
What, really?
Let that sink in for a second. Yes.
Oh wow! I'm not gonna lie. Well, no, that doesn't surprise me too much. I mean, we had you have golf carts and little scooters and stuff that are run off purely off of electricity.
Pretty much all the trains that are used in America are actually all electric trains. Yes, they spew out black smoke. That is because they have a giant diesel generator on top. It's a diesel electric train. That's how they work. That's because
sorry, trying not to make a dumb joke. Go ahead.
But that's because for the best performance that they could figure out, it was an electric engine because it has the best torque. Electric engines have far superior torque over any other engine that we've made so far. So
Power Wheels. I would love to see a line of cars just called Power Wheels. No, seriously. If somebody were to do that, they would sell so many. It doesn't even matter if they were mediocre. Just calling them Power Wheels.
Also all hybrids are actually just electric vehicles with a generator strapped on top. It's basically the same concept as the trains that we use in America. So.
No, there you go then.
Well, the hybrids are a whole lot cheaper than actual electric cars.
Well, they're far superior too. An electric vehicle cannot actually keep up with me on my commutes to work just back and forth. It cannot keep up with my work schedule. Where a hybrid could.
Yeah, most countries have electrified rails now. Yeah. We have electrified rails here in Utah too. They basically always say like, "Don't step on the trails when the train is coming nearby." It's like, yeah, you don't want to get hit, right? It's not like the.
We don't really have that here still, so
yeah,
we're old fashioned.
Yeah, it's a slow rollout, and admittedly, they had to retrofit a lot of rails to allow for it.
That's the big thing, like. Well, just speaking of electric vehicles, that's why I think trying to convert everybody to electric vehicles is such a bad idea. Because so many states have an issue with just rolling brownouts all the time. And if you give everybody an electric vehicle, you're going to have rolling blackouts all the time at pretty much right when everybody gets home from work. Because guess what they have to do? They have to go and plug their vehicles in.
Yeah.
And that's you severely... Yeah, redo the whole electric grid.
I don't know. Maybe it might cause an incentive to redo the whole electric grid if everybody does have electric vehicles.
No, they're gonna do like what California did and put out a bunch of state-issued mandates saying, "Hey, you cannot plug in your vehicles at these hours or these times."
That's dumb.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna get into that. That's not the purpose of our show.
Other thing.
Yeah.
But
all right.
A horrible idea to redo the grid.
Anyway, before we hook ourselves to the grid, anybody else have any other quick what's up, Bronies?
Yeah.
All right, I'd say that is our cue to go ahead and get into the news here. We do have a little bit of news, but we also have just a little bit of news. It's been rather quiet, which is okay.
Which is good.
Quiet isn't bad. Quiet means relaxing. You can breathe. Because you can need all your energy for the convention scene coming up. We have Something Social 2025 that's coming up in a week and a half. I forgot to look into this. I just realized.
Okay,
that.
so I'm aware of this. Basically,
right,
it's going to be on Ponytown, similar to how Ponytown Light is, and I do believe they also are doing Discord and whatnot. But I think it's mostly contained to Ponytown.
All right.
You would have to again look further into it on stuff. So it's mainly a Ponytown thing. with Discord as a support.
Okay,
And,
so
and it's meant to bring people together and to, do something socially, even if you're not doing it physically. Because let's face it, a lot of people have been dealing with loneliness, and while the online helps, we need to remember, touch frickin' grass, people. Touch frickin' grass.
what?
I don't like grass. It's all
I'm-
prickly and not very fun.
Okay, what? First off, what? And second, how dare you? This was a perfect opportunity. I don't like grass. It's prickly and harsh, and it gets everywhere. Yeah, you could have done it. You could have done it.
I am not doing that. It has been nailed down to death.
Why do you think we should have done it anyway? Anyway,
Fair.
okay.
But yeah,
Oh,
basically
wait,
it's an
what?
online convention with Ponytown being its way of interacting with other people.
All right, so yeah, Something Social is completely online. I would recommend joining their Discord. I am in their Discord. I also botched it a bit because they also had a release party that I completely missed out on.
What do you mean it's been? I thought I was so clever. I thought that I was the first one to come up with it.
But yeah, good thing. Support local online support online.
Support your
conventions.
local online convention. Support your local worldwide online convention, everybody. Yes, is the only way that you can support the local online economy. Make sure you join your friends in India and Pakistan and Japan. Those are your local bread and butter people. They're the salt of the earth. Okay, these cons, you can find them over at ponycon.info. It's in our show notes. There, you can also, I'll also go ahead and just throw the link right here in our Twitch chat. I should make sure it goes into both, but yeah, the Twitch chat here, you can see in the ponycon.info, it actually has the links for both the Discord, the Twitter, their YouTube channels if they have anything, websites if they actually have websites, all of that fun stuff. It's all there. Makes it nice and easy. So yeah, I love this site because it gives me so many. It's not all of the cons for some reason, but I'm not going to get into that too much. Anyway,
That's update and people being on top of things, so it happens.
Yeah, Something Social is going to be doing an online concert with a bunch of events, and I think Acid Unicorns is also involved with it. They apparently do have a YouTube, so if you are it looks like they're going to be streaming this on YouTube as well, so you can listen to a bunch of, well, it's a audio visual feast. So it's not just music, it's videos, it's art, it's a bunch of things, it's a mass media of things. And it looks like they've been doing this for quite a while, so you get kind of an idea of what's going on here. There's a lot to unpack here. They've been doing this for a while. I found out about this 3 weeks ago. Maybe 4 weeks ago even. I'm still trying to unpack all of this.
I do believe they started either a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And they came to Ponies Online to come and ask, hey, what are some stuff that you need to do for an online convention? And we have to help support the fellow online conventions, not because...
Your local online... I'm sorry. I keep doing that.
It's a tick of mine with this because, I'm trying to be nice and not say anything.
No, I get it.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things that we try and support them because, let's face it, a lot of people can't afford to travel at times.
Let's see. I wonder if there's a list of PonyCons that have happened throughout the years. I would bet money there is. I just don't know where that list would be. But anyway, just so we don't get too tracked up here, let's go ahead and look at the other conventions coming up. A week after, of course, Something Social 2025, we have Epona Fest, which is very physical convention over in Italy. So if you happen to be in the land of Italian dishes, sorry, I was trying so hard not to make a horrible joke that I'm sure would have got me killed. If you're in the beautiful land of Italy and you want to check out ponies while you're there, it looks like Epona Fest is coming up fast, and that's going to be a great time there too. And of course, around the same exact time, if you're online, apparently they're having a birthday music mini festival for apparently a guy named Droper. I honestly don't know why that's here. It's completely hilarious, and I love it, but I caught me so off guard. And then, of course, the week after that, we have Everfree Encore. That is in Uslar. That is in Germany. So this is a big it's a musical festival, festival. All right. Yeah, so a bunch of music is going to be happening over in Uslar, over in a remote area actually, which sounds really fun. And of course, a couple of days after that, Pony Expo, which doesn't exist. This does not exist. I do not know why this is here. This does not exist anymore. Do you know how I know it doesn't exist? The website doesn't exist. Look at this. This website, it does not exist. Ponies Expo does not exist. Do you know how many dates we got for Ponies Expo? We got 3 dates. We got one in August. We got one in June. And we got one in July. None of those dates are real. This does not exist. I hate that. I'm sorry. I'm still a bit.
Someone submitted, and then something happened.
Oh, no, it brought it up. It's just, yeah, the cons throughout the years. Oh, wow, look at this. The giant My Little Pony con. Okay. Yep, I
got that for you.
Yeah, look at this. Oh, wow, look at this. Let's see. 24 in person.
They stopped doing online on here, but it's one of those things. At the very least, there's a list.
No, I mean, if it's marked in person, I can't help but feel like that there would be a way to show not just in person, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, if you scroll down to 2020 and see, they have an online section, I believe.
Oh wait, no, I'm in the charity results all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, hold on. Fandom guest for. Oh, I shouldn't. Why? Oh, but dang it.
They won't have you because they haven't put any ponies online since 2022.
That could still be us because we were in the early BronyCons.
True.
So thank you. Unfortunately, they have Circuit Fry. Okay.
Close. Yeah, I think I pulled out the wrong thing for the front end, but you know what I mean.
You know, okay, I'm going to check something real fast. Just, you know, I'm going to hate if I see this name, but I'm going to laugh at the same time. No. Nope. Okay, never mind it then. Okay.
Mm-hmm. If you hit the scroll bar at the bottom because of all the tabs, there's the list.
Yeah, no, I got it here, yeah. So, yeah, wow, we've had so many PonyCons, haven't we? Look at that. COVID-19 vendor set. Ooh, I'm going to have to come back to... You know what? I'm saving this. I'm going to have to come back to this.
Oh, I always love looking this up just for the heck of it.
No, the vendor list alone has me peaked. This is kind of interesting stuff that you might find something interesting. So, yeah. Anyway, we got blown off here. Let's go ahead and get back on track here. So much. Okay. There's a lot. Yeah. This is why you got to be careful getting into new stuff as it comes out. Getting into everything as it comes out. So really quickly, just to recap, the stuff that is coming out that you should pay attention to. Something Social. That's coming up in a week and a half. They have a Discord. Be sure to check it out. Acid Unicorns, I believe, is tied into Something Social because it's on the same weekend. It doesn't make a lot of sense for them to fight each other on that. Epona Fest is in Italy. That'll come out the week after that. Then Droper Vampire and Everfree Encore. Droper Vampire is also on during Epona Fest. Birthday. It's basically a birthday celebration. Everfree Encore is the week after that. It's in Uslar in Germany. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of our news here.
By the way, hello.
Hello, DM. How are you?
Oh, DM has made it. Hello, DM.
Hi.
Yeah.
I just got back from from the hospital. Nothing too serious, just a routine appointment. Not a routine appointment, but an appointment nonetheless.
I hope that stuff has not degraded any more than it has. projection wise, and everything is relatively
Well, I
fine.
won't know until the result. I get the results.
Deep
Okay.
breath. Deep breath. I'm glad they didn't reel you into an emergency room immediately. That's at least a good sign.
Yeah, that is always a positive.
Yeah, it was an appointment that was later in the evening.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're just in time for the news here because Ponies at Dawn Limelight has released. This is the next of the many, many, many different albums released by the Ponies at Dawn group. And yes, I already have it. I've listened to several of the songs while I was doing chores and everything over the weekend this weekend. But yes, if you are not familiar with it, Ponies at Dawn releases an album every yearish or so. I don't think it's every year directly, but it seems to be close to every year or every half a year or so.
Or a year and a half.
Well, I mean, they got 31 albums, so they got to be doing it a lot more often than just a single year at a time. They got to be. But they do it often enough that it's worth keeping an eye out for them. And this time they have over 70 different songs by all sorts of Brony musicians all throughout the fandom. And yeah, it's a lot of great music, and I believe this is all for both to get attention, for people to find out about these musicians, as well as charity in some case. I believe a lot of the proceeds for this goes to charity. In fact, yeah, let's see here. Intoxicating Police, Ponies at Dawn, starting one's album, Limelight, albums to showcase honest and Ponyville FM, approximately, also sketches, during the fun, Okay, I know I read about it being at least something related to charity at some point. But yeah, either case, it's a great way to get a really big dose of music, and for cheap. You can literally pay $1 and get so much Brony music, all available to you. And if you want to spend a little extra money, you can get the entire discography, which is wild. All of this is music from Brony musicians, and I feel like an advertising agent at this point. But I love this stuff. I love this. This is amazing.
Oh, do I?
So yeah, I do recommend checking it out, especially if you do like the music scene in the Brony community. I always do. And yes, the next album has been released, and it is good stuff. I enjoyed it at least. Now, for our next little topic here, Wild Manes. That's right, the My Little Pony's second cousin twice removed that is kind of there, kind of not. It has released another episode. This one feels so much like an attempt at shipping. We would have had so much fan art if it was a pony episode. There was so much shipping.
Wild Growth kind of.
What was it?
I mean, it basically, I know it's a you're my friend, I'm your friend kind of song, kind of situation. But my God, it just felt it felt such shipping material in the whole thing.
That title, Wild Growth, reminded me. Not reminded me. Gave me vibes of is the growth for the hair or?
It's actually wrong. Is
Oh,
there
the
a way to
title's
sample
wrong?
the music before making a purchase? I believe you can listen to some of the songs free of charge, by the way. Is Ponies at Dawn on YouTube? Yes. Ponies at Dawn
Yes.
does have a YouTube channel. You can they put up a little, well, not snippets. They actually put up some of the songs that they have on YouTube all the time. I don't believe they have everything that they ever have on the albums, but they do have several songs, so it is worth a listen to.
Yeah, wild growth of the hair, but I guess it's just this is something else unless the title's wrong.
The title's wrong. The Wild Growth episode was actually 2 weeks ago. It's called the
Okay,
Ninny
'cause-
Mare. This one's actually the Ninny Mare. Which
Ninny.
that feels like it's so close to being some sort of slur. I'm not gonna lie. I'm such a Ninny Mare. But it is a song episode, so it doesn't
Is that
have
how they call their millionaires? The Nitty Mare?
No.
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 Good try, though.
No. No, it's not. But this is a song episode, so you get to enjoy a song which is interesting. It's not the worst. It's not the greatest either. I don't know. I enjoyed it, and then it felt repetitive. So I give it about a 7. But yeah, do check it out, and be aware it's going to have some really strong shipping like vibes to it. So you might end up shipping some wild mains there, sowing some wild main oats.
Less horses for everyone.
Next in the news, we also have the Blossom Dream Party G4 figure set from Caillou, who once again is just pumping this stuff out. Somebody has noises in the background.
Okay, just a minute.
Alright, but yes, Caillou once again is pumping out some really amazing stuff, which you always have to wonder, why couldn't we have this when ponies were really big here? Why? I really wonder that every single time I see this stuff, because this is awesome. But yes,
Because Pro didn't know and didn't care at a certain point.
I don't know. But yes, it looks like we have...
Those bottom ones look like from Pony Life.
They kind of do. I wouldn't be surprised if they took some inspiration from Pony Life on these. But considering we also have Starlight Glimmer and Sunset Shimmer in these, it looks like it's a little bit of everything. But yes, it looks like we got the Unicorn Brigade and Applejack and Fluttershy. That's right.
The Nature Brigade.
That's right. Rainbow Dash is actually the one that's been stuck into the background. No Rainbow Dashy here.
The Nature Brigade.
The Nature Brigade. And I feel like I'm forgetting someone else.
There's a Pinky there.
Pinky there.
Or
Yeah,
am I...
no, there's no Pinky. There is no Pinky. There you go. Yeah.
But that's sacrilege. There must always be a Pinky there.
This looks cool. Where did
That
you
is
find
so-
this? Okay, White Phoenix. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the information I get is from Equestria Daily. I could probably fish out this information from myself because I know a lot of their sources. I am so glad I went back and scrolled. There is so much more here.
Okay, there's the other two.
There it is. There. Oh yeah, no, there is so much more here. I am so bad. I'm so glad. I'm bad. Yeah, I'm
You
bad.
bad.
I'm bad. I'm bad.
I was like about to say that. It's so weird that they would like have two gone out of the marketable trio.
I know.
Like,
Oh my god.
She's always there. It's same thing with Pinky pretty much everywhere.
Actually, this is really weird. Okay, I'm gonna delve into this a little bit here. No, I think we got multiple things going on here. Because we got the Pinky, we got the Rainbow Dash, we got the Applejack, Fluttershy. They all look like their normal selves. And then we see these these ones that
Got the
look...
chibis.
Yeah, but then looking over here,
Oh.
that is Pony
Whoa.
Life. They actually, they tied in Pony Life with the normal pony figures. And of course they ranked them. We got the S tier figures. These are the S's. You got the A's. Oh no, they relegated the unicorns to B tier. Oh,
Oh no! It's one of those.
and yeah.
Oh my god.
No. For those that don't know, there is a certain way lotteries are held. The things next to it are the prizes.
It's basically kind of it's a little bit of a physical gotcha pull.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, granted, you could probably find some of this stuff after it's been cycled out in secondhand stores.
It's gonna be hopped up on high price online too from
No.
scalpers.
No,
The
not
secondhand
necessarily.
stores in person would not be bad.
Not
Online,
the question
but
is
there'll always be scalpers.
no. It's the dice roll.
Mhm.
This is the Temu's,
No, first will be
the
dice roll,
Alibaba.
then it'll be the scalpers right after.
No, it's the Alibaba, the Temu's, the cheap sites.
Mhm.
Yes. But yes.
And it is one of those things of if you're not there for the physical stuff, because these are the prizes.
But,
You randomly get the luck of the draw.
but either case, they are really cool, and
Luckily,
there
the
is a
draw
good
hates
chance.
me.
There is also like I said, there's a chance that the moldings will be released sometime down the line, and you'll get knockoffs on Alibaba and Temu, and you might be able to get them really, really good in good quality, or they might be complete and utter crap. I've actually had wild varieties of successes when I do random Temu purchases. I don't do that anymore, but it gets wildly varied. It's quite interesting. I got a really cool rug in my basement. I got a really cool rug in my basement, but I also got a really crappy plushie in my pile. So it kind of tells you everything right there. So, yeah. It's so cool either way. I like this stuff. This is so awesome to see. But anyway, we kind of went a little overboard there. Let's get back on track. And best way to get back on track is talking about the last little thing we have. Because, like I said, light news this week. This one I had to bring out because we don't talk about these reaction videos all that much. Mostly because we never really have a lot of time to watch them. But this one I felt was worth our attention because it is a Brony-est react to Wild Mains.
Ah.
So, yes, you have a bunch of bronies reacting to the Wild Mains series. Or at least the first few episodes of Wild Mains. Which I think this is hilarious and interesting.
At times I don't know where they're actually playing up the react levels or what they actually are being genuine.
A little column A and column B. Of course, they're going to ramp it up, but I think that it is based off of their own genuine thoughts on things and not just like reacting for the sake of reacting.
It has to be ramped up for entertainment value.
Mm-hmm. But yes, this is a full hour and 20-minute long, so be absolutely ready for this if you're going to be checking it out. But yeah, if you haven't had a chance, well, I mean, even if you have or haven't seen Wild Mains, but you wanted to see a bunch of people react to it and see other people's thoughts and opinions, I'd say this is a great time to do it.
There's a familiar face I recognize, but I can't remember how to pronounce
Oh,
it.
they even got the Roblox Wild Mains going on there.
Yeah. Because some of this, I will give Wild Mains this, they are actually trying the hardest.
They are doing their best, and it in some cases it does show, and so I'm hoping for the best there. Anyway.
It's no longer.
Oh my God! What a pause. Okay, we're getting out of here. Oh no! Oh no! And with that,
no!
With that,
No.
I used to be straight until I watched Wild Mains.
All right. Let's get back.
Let's get out of that.
Yes. Instead, it's time to talk about our challenge of the week. So, every week we issue out a challenge to everybody out there. We challenge you to be creative. We come up with a random prompt by your choosing on a random prompt wheel. Then we ask everybody to go out there and create something based off of that prompt. Whether art, music, videos, random puppets, cooking, making a cake, however, writing a story, however you express your creativity and yourself in creative expression, we ask you to take the prompt and run with it as best you can in any way that you can. And then we ask you to submit your creations to us here at the Brony Show. And then we go ahead and show it off and talk about the creations that are made. Of course, we also participate in it ourselves. Because we feel like if we're going to tell you to do something like this, we're also going to do it with you. Plus, it gives me an excuse to keep branching out and trying to improve my skills. And obviously, I am also stalling like crazy to see if we can get Coal Dust in here. But while we see if the stalling has worked, our challenge for last week from all of you to us is blank. Because I did not put it in correctly. Whoops.
A worthy opponent.
A worthy opponent. Apparently my memory is a worthy opponent.
I mean, aren't they all?
It feels like that.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, Cole.
But I do remember what the protest initiative challenge is. Do you, Coal Dust?
Yeah, the protest initiative challenge this week is protest initiative challenge this week was coffee.
coffee.
And we say that as I
Coffee.
finish drinking my tea. Yeah.
Coffee.
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 All right, and with that, so okay, I made this.
Oh.
I have so many mixed feelings about this. So a lot of this I was trying to push myself in a few different ways. The big parts of the push here were trying to work on arms and legs, hooves, basically the hooves, trying to mostly get them to look right no matter in what position I have them in. The big thing being I was trying to get so that the hooves were not just like laying on their sides like they're freaking trying to pretend they're ghosts or something from like when they were 3 years old, like ooh. Trying to get them, like they got their arms spread out, like they're leaning on tables, they're trying to get in aggressively and all that. And yeah, it did not work as well as I would have liked here. I think I kind of started to get an idea of why it went wrong here, and I really should have probably just gone more and just really completed that arm. I think that might have actually helped a little bit. There's a lot I'm still working on perspective-wise. I'm trying to wrap my head around it, but there's still a lot going. The legs, I botched it big time. They actually looked they looked worse before I made a quick correction. I got this done with about a few minutes left of my work day. And then I did it in one day of work. Well, a few hours of work. A busy work day, I might add. But yeah, I also was working on expressions, trying to make them a lot more expressive. Working on noses, mouths, things like that. Just basically trying to make it a little more uniform and a little bit less... Well, maybe something that I can crank out a little bit quicker than doing a full-on character study where the mouth looks like complete realism and a little bit more cartoonish, a little more animated.
I like it.
The joke is there. I mean, obviously, you got the bout of Coal Dust and Circuit Maine with coffee and let's see, worthy
teeth should not be
challenger.
that white. Your teeth should not be that white after drinking that much coffee.
Oh, leave me alone. I'm just
real.
I'm just joking.
You're not wrong, but leave me. I mean, for crying out loud. I mean, at the same time, we're walking, talking ponies here. There's gonna be a limit of accuracy.
Your bladders and bodies should not be able to handle that much.
Well, if you look really closely, our bodies aren't handling it.
I was gonna say, speak for yourself.
Oh no! Look at you! Look at that!
I like it.
That's
They
just
are
the intense
splitting.
stare. That's not shaking.
Okay, they are splitting the 5-gallon tank.
They are. They're each.
True.
They're not drinking it all at one go. They're splitting it and just basically taking cupful after cupful. Pretend there's a spout at the other end there. You can't see.
I will say I'm usually a
So
lot more
covered by the
casual of
coffee
a coffee drinker than this.
Oh no!
Not
So am I.
competitive,
So
but
am I. You don't. Competitive coffee sounds like a horrible idea, but that's the joke here.
It
All of
does
this is
make
dumb.
me think of Circuit. Do you know of Coffee Pong from Desert Bus for Hope?
No, but it does not surprise me that exists.
Yes.
Alright, and I just got mine taken care of.
Oh boy, just in time, literally. So yeah, this is my take on the challenge. This was one that I drew out a preliminary sketch while I was doing laundry, and then tried to line, ink, color, and all that fun stuff while I was at work. It's basically, I would say it's a 2.5 hour span, but this was also peppered with a lot of work and other things going on. So at the same time, though, I know I'm going to be going back to working on arms and legs starting tomorrow again to try to figure this out and get my brain wrapped around it for once.
I will say I do like your expressions. They're coming along great.
Yeah, the expressions, at least I'm at least really starting to lean into that, and the heads. The heads, I am not going to deny the expressions, the cheeks, everything. It really has come into its own really, really well, and I'm really happy about that. It's just the body and the appendages are such a pill for me still.
Also, second, why is Cole's glasses like eye shields?
Have you ever seen his character art?
All right, he doesn't have rims.
Thank you. Though, yeah, I probably could have put a line there just to
Yeah.
But you know
Yeah,
what?
trying to have glasses on ponies is weird because the earpieces would be weird.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, if you look at Izzy's glasses, they're kind of crazy if you really, really look at it.
Most pony glasses in G4 do not feature the.
They have
the
a
lens.
thing around the neck.
Is Cole ear
No,
in
no,
his hat?
no.
Yes, Cole's ear is in his hat. The reference picture I have of him does have his ear in his hat. That is why his ear is in his hat here.
This is true. This is the way I draw it because that's the way pony hats look on the railway conductors in the show.
So
That's
yeah,
the whole reason why.
Yep, there is canonicity behind the pony hat ears.
I will say
That just feels
But-
like a wrong layer in the wrong place.
It
Why
does.
did they do that?
It really
that may be, but that's the way that he's like the conductor pony is almost always drawn, and I am nothing but somebody who refers back to references.
And,
This is who I am as a person. I like research.
and heck, I made the hair and everything look like it is coming out of the hat. So, granted, it doesn't look ridiculously like it's coming out of the hat. It's just shoomp. But yeah, there you go.
All right, one sec. I'm going to Derpy Board right now to find pictures of this conductor pony.
Well, while you're doing that, here's the
Maybe
one that
give it to
Toa
his,
also
his
provided.
ears are cold.
Here's the one that Toa provided.
Mhm. We have a Rainy here going against the coffee.
How much coffee's gotta kill them?
No, I don't think that's going to fight the coffee. I think that's more of getting ready for the coffee sauna that he's going to experience.
Oh.
Yes, that's what I mean. The
Gee.
ingestion all that coffee's gotta kill them.
She will not die to that coffee. She will conquer it.
Circuit is
Yeah.
in voice text insanity. Read it in weep, bitch.
Read it and weep. I'm supporting you.
No, I don't mean you. I'm talking to the audience.
Okay.
If you were a member of the audience who did not accuse me of being wrong, still read it and weep, bitch.
There
But
you go.
like affectionately.
Why?
It's
Why
canon.
did they do this? It hurts me.
Wow! Barely.
Why have I not noticed that?
Also, for that matter, he's not the only
What was
one.
I
The
thinking?
engineer is the same way.
Yeah.
I think we're about to hear CMC go up an octave.
Because I do my fucking research. Because I don't just want my pony to be accurate to railroads, I want him to be accurate to pony railroads. Except for he's
I blame
not
the
because of the
buffalo.
different style of hats.
The buffalo.
Voice
Maybe
sensitivity
Pretty sure both those
spoke
come
out
from
in-
the episode where we hit the buffalo.
By the way,
Don't hit the
by-
buffalo. That's not
Actually,
nice.
no. Those are from different episodes. Also, for more reference, here, from another episode from a much later season, you can tell because Starlight and Sunburst are there. And guess what? It's a different angle too, and ears are still in the hat.
Why?
I don't know why. I don't know
That
why,
pony with the
CMC.
glasses.
See,
to
this
the
is the
left
kind
is
of
a-
rabbit hole that we didn't actually go down that we needed to go down. We need more of those plot holes.
Actually, you know what? Put it down. Put it down. Put it down to the cultist plot hole. We need this in the cult. Put in the plot hole chat. We have got to come back to this.
You know, that is something that we should do in future. Is just like go back to like having plot hole discussions and stuff. We should have discussions on the pre-show again. That was really fun.
There it
I
is.
feel like the pony on the left is a reference to someone. I don't know.
I almost want to scream Andy Warhol, and I know that's not right at anyway.
Look at those glasses.
Yeah,
Look at those
it's
glasses.
definitely a screaming a reference.
Also, that also proves the way second shirt John.
Okay, you know what? No, the hearing. Before anybody gets it in on the hearing, if you actually look at a horse's ear, it's the same. It's the same as any other animal. Well, mostly any other ear animal with an ear like that. The actual concaval part where it goes into the eardrum is on the lower part of the head down here. It's going to be below where the hat brim is at. They will be able to hear quite nicely. The only problem is that the tips of the ears might get a little pinched. Unless it actually keeps them warm.
I like my explanation. I'm going with it.
Yeah, I know. You know, if we're in for a penny, we're in for a freaking pound here. So let's get anyway. So some of you might be wondering, Circuit, why in the world do you spend an entire week just to draw you and Coldust having a coffee off in an hour, basically a 2-hour, somewhat-ish time span in the middle of work? It's because I did something really stupid to push myself. I did something really stupid.
How much coffee did you drink?
Not enough. I spent an entire week and several hours on this.
That's a lot of lines for those pancakes.
That's whipped cream. Well, yes, it's a giant stack of pancakes with a very, very big stack, big dollop of whipped cream. This is why I'm so pissed at myself about the arms and the legs. Because I drew this. I shaded it a little bit. I could have done a lot better on the shading. That was just kind of a preemptive thing. Crepes. Could go with crepes, actually. Crepes sounds good too.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, we'll go with crepes. Go with crepes.
Grapes.
But we got a pinky that looks really good. We got the form that looks really good. We got a whipped cream pile. I have never drawn whipped cream in my life. That looks real. Actually, I say it looks okay. Really good, maybe stretching on that one. I'm not gonna lie there. I won't tell you. I'll tell you. It was a pain to try to draw something that even looked like a whipped cream pile. Oh, my world. I put so much effort, so much insanity into this thing. This was literally my level up moment, and I am so pissed that I went from this to this, but at the same time. Yes! Anyway, yeah, that's what I ended up doing.
Hell yeah. I will say it's very cute. The expression's great, the pose is good, like, legs all look pretty nice, I like it, and also, those pancakes look alright as well. I will say, needs more maple syrup.
Well, yeah, I figured that the pinky would probably be more for the whipped cream than the maple syrup, but I also didn't want to just drench them in brown and make it look like, okay, here's pancakes. Now they're all brown for some reason instead I actually can see the maple syrup.
Oh no, I'm just saying that because I really like maple syrup.
Oh well, no, yeah. I mean, who doesn't like maple syrup? But yeah. Want some pancakes to go with your whipped cream? This is Pinkie Pie. We were lucky she stopped where she did. But yeah, I absolutely love this. And yeah, there's even small details if you really look. Yeah, I probably could have made those a little bit bigger, but you get like little things of whipped cream and flour and batter all over. The batter is easy enough to see. Flour a little bit more. But the dollops of whipped cream, I definitely could have made them a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're barely there. And I even gave her a slightly frazzled look if you look at the hair. But yeah, that doesn't quite come out. But anyway, yep, that was a heck of a push for me and my creationing. So with that, let's go ahead and do what we do best, which is get everybody onto the wheel for our next challenge of the week. Now, of course, every week we offer everybody a chance to be a part of the show and give us a big, fun prompt for everybody to be challenged with. All we ask is please keep it PG-13. It does not have to be pony related, though we do highly encourage pony related stuff. But for the challenge, everybody gets one. Everybody gets to participate by putting in one challenge of whatever they want. but they only get one, so make sure you have the one you want. Just put it in the chat. Then once we get them all collected, we randomize the entries, spin the wheel, and that will be our challenge for the week. And of course, we're starting off with hats hurt the brains.
Which
yes,
is fair.
DM is proper there. He's torturing me in DMs. Why have I not noticed this?
I'm going through screen caps of My Little Pony in G4 and just finding all the instances where hats have done this. Now, I will say it's not exclusively ponies wear hats this way. It's interchangeable depending on the hat style, it seems. But there are so many times that the hats are just worn over the ears. Just because I think it's just because like certain hat styles, it's really hard to like get the style across with like, you know, with having an ear in the way.
Where did Circuitman Gamer subs come from?
DM.
Also, there's an extra P in subs.
No, I know what he's referring. I know he's referring to, and I can correct that. I'm just wondering where did that come from? Because I don't
I
think
saw a promotion recently of gamer subs from a YouTube video I watched.
You know what? I asked and answered.
Hey, that's somewhat related to why I'm putting this in.
Ponyville starts the first supercharger network. Crap! I'm gonna actually have to research on top of that if we get that. Dang it! No, I actually have to.
What is it a supercharger for? That's the imagination for it.
I immediately want to think it's like for electric cars, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, but in the pony universe, like it could be something different.
Well, it could be for like spells.
I believe it was a giant ritz blower on top of a horse that's just going really fast.
Ooh, I like that prompt. Have we seen you before? There we go.
Oh no!
No.
See, I play that game too much in real life. Where I'm like, have we met? God.
Yeah, no.
High school?
You look familiar, but I don't want to ask. I don't want to ask if you look familiar because I feel like I should know you. And like, the
Your
social
artwork
stigmas
looks
are
familiar.
mind-boggling.
It's like your artwork looks familiar. And why are you bringing up Ghost to Coast?
All right. Well, with that, I believe we got all of our entries here, so we're gonna go ahead, shuffle,
and then spin.
Zoom.
Come on!
Come on!
Faces.
So
No!
Vaguely
Amazing.
creepy, and his one-word faces is the one that wins.
Almost.
Every
You
single.
know what's been a good game yesterday? It almost was mine.
Oh yeah,
I almost made
you
you assholes do work.
Yes.
Yeah, you almost did it, but now we have the protest challenge. Maybe that'll make us work.
I just remembered you weren't a part of it last week. Damn.
The protest initiative challenge this week is French fries.
What?
French fries.
Sure.
Dang, Chris, you don't even know where that came from.
I do, because Creature told me the story, and that's the reason why it's French fries.
Okay, then. I guess you do know where it came from.
I love you, creature.
I don't. Well, I love you too, but Feist.
French fries.
Okay, so Feists. That why did I make it sound like that? Faces.
Okay,
So,
Arnold.
The challenge is.
Fry
Now
lock.
listen, the challenge is faces. You gotta make the funny face. You gotta do the creepy face. You gotta do the funny face. You gotta get the faces in there. You gotta go.
Okay.
Okay. You know the funny thing is, I'm actually trying to make a better Arnold by not over Arnolding. You know, you could easily just make it louder, like I'm an Arnold and I do the best. It's like no, yeah, I'm trying to bring it down and more subtle to actually make it more realistic.
That's hard to do.
Okay, you mind
you
if
gotta do
by the
this
way,
and-
I just realized with the French fry thing, you mind if I go off on one side tangent?
Yeah, go ahead. It's gonna take us a second to get the next part set up anyway.
So I learned today that McDonald's put out I think I want to believe as a joke a basically useless utensil back in 2017 where you literally put fries into it and it was basically a fork that you made with fries. It was called the fork.
Oh my god! The fork.
And this thing was actually real. They actually put this out there.
Amazing.
Amazing.
All right. Well, the fork.
And I love that now that I'm looking back at it again. There's an article from NPR back in 2017. McDonald's unveils fork, which is different from a spork.
McDonald's
Amazing.
tries to be the trend setter and fails horribly.
Now I will give them credit on the corporate McDonald's website. Here's the name of the story for it. McDonald's invents an unnecessarily superfluous utensil for new signature crafted recipes.
You know, that kind of reminds me of there was this concept of invention, and I can't remember what it was called, but I listened to an episode of 99pi about it, where there are inventions that are designed to be completely pointless, like the solar powered flashlight, where it's not that it holds a charge, it's that it'll turn on if there's a light upon it. Or the battery powered battery charger. Just like all of these things, it's this type of invention that is just made by people just to be silly, and the rules are you have to actually make it, and it has to functionally be pointless. I wish I remembered what it was called, but there were a bunch of them, and they were great. But I think the solar powered flashlight was one of my favorites.
It had the
It
brandy, the
sounds
Acme.
like that fun little toy where you flick a switch and a little thing goes out and flicks the switch off.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, what
I
is
love
that
those
called?
things.
Yeah, they're great.
All right.